Sunday thought for today, um, to help me process thoughts, things I'm thinking about. Um, yeah, summer's kind of wrapping up. I work at a summer camp. It's a very tiring, for mentally, physically, emotionally. There's so many aspects of the job. We have a lot of new people this year, and so there's just a lot going on. And I definitely felt uh, overwhelmed more than a few times, and a couple times where I did just kind of, I don't know, felt like I was at my end. And usually what happens is I take a little break and get better. But that's kind of what happens when you're working so many hours. But it's been really good summer. A lot of kids have been able to, like, pretty much everything's been full. Kids have been coming. Some kids have been coming a couple times. And a lot of them for the first time, really enjoying themselves, meeting new friends, and getting away from kind of regular life, I guess. But yeah, it just made me think about regular life. What are these kids getting away from? Maybe they're kind of just getting away from the COVID life and getting into this new, like, kind of summer camp experience. But regular life, I feel like the world has kind of tried to make that kind of the healing, is they can say, hey, we'll get back to normal. But get back to normal means so many different things to people. For some people, it means getting back to, getting their company back on top, and getting more money for everyone. Um, for some people, it's kind of like how do they, find a new job, or move, find an affordable car, find a way to pay for groceries, things like that. Is definitely not, I feel like, back to normal. And like, I would argue that getting back to normal isn't really helpful. I had hoped, and I think a lot of people had hoped, that through this there'd be I mean, I guess it's kind of like a fool's hope. There'd be a shift in how the world comes at things like this. Um, like, we get to this point where in Canada, the government has to literally give out billions of dollars just to help people survive, because they can't work, because no one's going to come to their place of employment. It's not like the best idea, but I mean, for me personally, it saved me. So I guess I could look and say, hey, it was great. But then there's other issues with it. Um, but anyways, I digress. I wanted to focus more on what I've been thinking about for a while, is the situational um, feelings that we let navigate and control our days. And I've been trying to get out of that, or at least think about getting out of that. It all comes from that idea of, like, being happy isn't the next thing that will make you happy, but being happy is choosing to be happy, and how hard that is. But I feel like I have made some breakthroughs in that. And I've come back to a quote or a mantra from one of my favorite thinkers. I haven't seen much from him lately, but Frank Schaeffer, not Francis Schaeffer, but his son, came out with some really, literally, like, eye-opening books. I guess literally eye-opening, but also just, like, metaphorically eye-opening. I had to have my eyes open while I read them, and he has a little saying in there that stuck with me, that a few summers back I had spent some time thinking about, and it's come back to me again. And it's his a desire to live a life where he can create beauty, give love, and find peace. Sorry, I just came back from a run, and so I'm a little sweaty. And I want to focus on the those three great things to think about. But the third one is something I've been coming back to: finding peace. It's something I've been trying to instill in the staff where I work, because I think under the surface there's not a whole lot of peace. whether it's self-inflicted stress or stress from family or school or whatever. I mean, stress is stress, but how do we find peace within that? How do we not let the situation just take control of us? And working at this camp, early in the morning to late at night all summer, you definitely feel stressed. You definitely feel like you've hit your wall, and that can come out. It can spill over. But I think overall, there's like it's kind of like a higher plane, or like a fog or a mist, and you just need to kind of rise above it or below it. Would be another way to kind of see. And I guess it's just been something that you have to think about a lot about, like, this is my situation, this is what sucks, but not let that be the defining moment or the defining aspect of your day, because it's just a day-by-day thing. Everything's a day-by-day thing. Sorry. And when you break it down into day by day, even like hour by hour, if you can, it's really possible to find peace, to be happy when things aren't going 100%. I've talked about this a lot, and I've tried to tell people who don't know what I'm talking about, is that eye floaters are I guess something I've had for a while, but have really come into prominent view for me, literally, since February. And I wear these sunglasses all the time. But it's having something just come into view, and if I'm not focused, if I'm not engaged in what I'm doing, I can start to focus on these things right in front of me. I've talked about this before, but it depressed me for a month. I felt very like old and like kind of like fading, and like there's not a lot you can do about them besides ignore them, which is hard. But then I looked around and I found out there's so many other people that have to deal with this. There's people that are like 16 years old that have to deal with this. And it's not like there's really something to like kind of like coming together and feeling kind of better about your situation when others have to go through it too. And from that, I started talking to other people, and started to hear some other people's story. Oh yeah, I've had those for a while. Oh yeah, I had this happen. Someone had a surgery, and then after they had these eye floaters, and it's like this kind of mysterious thing that nobody really knows how they're, what to do about them, and how they became, and who gets them and who doesn't. But in all that, it wasn't anything I did. It's just the information I found that brought peace to myself, brought peace to my heart and my mind. I didn't say, okay, now I'm going to choose to be at peace about this. It came like at me and through me, but I had to go look for it. So that's kind of an example of finding peace. But since then, I've felt a lot better about eye floaters in general, and a lot better about like the progression of that is to actually feel better about life, and thankful for like sunglasses and things like that. But yeah, anyways, I could go on, but finding peace is what I find to be like another choice, like choosing to be loving, choosing to be happy, a day by day decision. And today I'm going to be happy, and not like a fake happy, but a happy like, whoa, when I'm happy, I'm helpful to others. When I'm just stuck in all the problems I have, I'm not helpful to others. And we were at the folk festival, and this gentleman, William Prince, he's just a beautiful voice, and just telling stories and talking while he's singing. Kind of, I don't know if he makes this stuff up as he goes along, but he said you got to make a little room in your life for the good things. And like that is so powerful now, because there's like, at least in the fruit you see in people, there's a lot of people that do not make room in their life for the good things. They complain about a lot of things. They're angry a lot. They're picking sides a lot. Make room in your life for the good things, and really, they're all there. They're right there. You just need to acknowledge them and make room for them. And when you do that, man, like a lot of the problems that you can't control. If you worry about something, you got to go through it twice, right? I think he said that too, but I think he was quoting something else. Anyways, thought for the day. Summer's wrapping up. It's been really good, and I've been thankful for the good things in my life, and the shift in mindset that I've had to work on every day to be at peace. And I know it's worked, because I've had people literally tell me that they see peace in my life, or they feel at peace when they're talking to me. And that's really encouraging to me, because it shows that it shows that it shows. So anyways, that's a long one. Who's gonna watch that besides my mom?